So the Nuggets lose their road opener versus the Jazz. I was on the Jazz and on the money line, one of the few I hit on Wednesday night slate. It was a rough night.
Nice hit.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It saved me, honestly, from having a worse night. Now they're on the road again in Chase Center. There's a couple of dynamics with this game that I think are not getting factored into the number. So this opened at 5.5. Again, I bet this right when it popped. I just happened to catch it. It's up to 6. I still like it at 6. I think you're fine on Golden State to 7. The reason I do kind of think that this number is not appropriate, Albert, is the Nuggets home opener is Saturday night on a back-to-back.
Oh, that's tough.
So Jamal Murray, who's just coming back from injury, is either going to have to play in the back-to-back or sit one of those two games, and I'll guarantee you he's not sitting the home opener.
Yeah.
So it's very likely he either sits or is on a very strict minutes restriction to the point of why is he even playing in Golden State. Also notable, that's where Jamal suffered the injury. Like there's a trauma aspect to this. Denver, obviously, like, look, I'm not overreacting to the Jazz loss, but I do think that they're going to lose this game as well because they're not tightened up yet. Like they're still figuring out how to make that first unit work together. Jamal Murray looked really rough. The bench unit was really terrible in preseason and continued that. Their defense is in a bad place right now. And if they don't make structural changes, I will have to start like kind of fading them in some futures aspects after being very high on them in preseason. But Golden State looks like it's just rolling. And okay, let me take that back because I hate when people are like that. Like Golden State's just like rolling. It's one game, right? So Golden State beats the Lakers in their home opener. Woo. But Golden State at least has continuity for where I'm not worried about Golden State's variation here. Their floor to me is going to be higher than Denver's. Their ceiling is going to be higher than Denver's, and their median is going to be significantly higher than Denver's median. So in all those variation cases, I like Golden State here. I know you've got a prop on this game, but what do you think about the play on the Warriors against the spread?
No, very, very good insight on the back-to-back home opener. So that means Jamal Murray most likely will have a minutes restriction. We saw that with Kawhi tonight. He didn't even come into the game until the second half of the second quarter. So maybe we see something similar with Jamal Murray, who is coming off the same injury with the ACL tear. I would say this, the Nuggets do play Golden State very well. And I think a lot of that is based on Nikola Jokic. Not think, it's true. Nikola Jokic absolutely dominates this team. That's why I'm going to go on the points plus rebounds plus assists prop over. I believe you found it at 46.5. I love it. I do agree that Golden State is most likely going to cover. The beauty of Golden State, Matt, is they're just an excellent free throw shooting team. Like they're not going to leave many points on the floor. So even if it's a 4 to 5 point game, they're going to hit those free throws at the end to push the cover over. So I lean the Warriors, but I do love Nikola Jokic, points, rebounds, and assists. And again, here, one caveat that you need to think about when it comes to this game, the Nuggets only hit 5 3-pointers in that first game against Utah. You expect a little bit of regression in this game. But with that being said, I'm just going to lay off the side and a total altogether and just ride, the two-time MVP in Jokic.
I'm going to kind of tell you and kind of not. So I'm going to take the points over. My concern is if we look at how they defended him in the playoffs, the basic thing by the end of it was make Jokic score 40, take away his passing options. And you go like, well, he's got better weapons now. Right? They add KCP for Barton, who the Nuggets or the Warriors were daring to shoot. And obviously MPJ and Jamal are back. Don't know if Jamal is going to be back. I do kind of feel like the Warriors are going to look at it and go like, look, Jokic can go for 40 on, 18 shots and we're still going to win because of our advantage and efficiency. Like our offense is going to be able to boost us. So I think Jokic will score in this game. I also looked this up today. He significantly, I wasn't able to get the actual number on what his scoring is after a loss, but I do know that his rate of scoring is significantly higher than 20, like more after a loss in the last 2 seasons. He goes over 27 in the following game more often than he doesn't. So he will respond. This team has always kind of one of their cultural touchstones is nip losing streaks in the bud. Like they do not, they really try to push against losing skids. You could say like every team does, but some teams are just like, yeah, we're taking the whole, we're taking 10 games, or we're taking the whole season or whatever. Like it's night by night. The Nuggets really do kind of stress about how they go on after a loss. That still doesn't make me want to bet them against the spread, because I think the number's still too low. But it does make me think that I think Jokic has a big night, and I could very easily see with pace and everything else, the PRA hitting. I think especially rebounds after a miserable rebounding performance versus the Jazz.
Exactly.
I like that play as well. So any of these combinations, I think on Jokic's props, I think is a good play.